阅读哈 Anwar's Restaurant Anwar Restaurant. Anwar Salama worked for a number of years in the restaurant trade. During this time, he learned about health and safety, dealing with the suppliers and all the issues that come up in the day-to-day management of a restaurant. After 5 years, he felt sure that he could successfully run a restaurant of his own, specializing in Middle Eastern food. However, it turned out he underestimated how difficult it would be to obtain the initial funding. 我们第一段看一下啊 Anwar Salama 这个人呢，他 worked for a number of years， 他工作了好几年之后呢 in the restaurant trade， 在这个餐厅里面啊。那么 during this time， 在这个期间呢 he learned about health and safety， 他学会了有关这个安全以及这个健康这些东西，因为食物一定要安全，还要就是健康，所以要经过检查的。Dealing with a supplier 就是和这个供应商 and all the issues 所有的问题 that come up in the day-to-day management of a restaurant 就是都是 come up 就是会发生在 day-to-day 每天的 management 每天经营餐厅的 management 这一块。After 5 years 经过5年之后呢He felt sure that he could successfully run a restaurant of his own. 他感觉他蛮确定的，他可以成功的去经营一个餐厅，他自己的餐厅。Specializing in the Middle Eastern food， 特别是专长于这个中东的这种食物。However, as it turned out， 然而呢。就变成呢 he underestimated how difficult it would be to obtain the initial funding. 他低估了所以说变成他很难去从这个取得一个 obtain 取得这个原始的这个投资 initial funding. 第二段 Anwar found a small cafe that he could take over and approached his bank for a loan. However, they were less helpful than he had hoped. They were reluctant to offer him a loan because he had no property or equipment which he could use to secure it. Eventually, he put together a detailed business plan with the help of a friend and persuade the bank to lend him 5,000 euro, 5,000 pound. 好，第二段一开始。那 Anwar found a small cafe， 他发现了一个小的这个咖啡厅 that he could take over， 就是取代，就是掌管 ，and approached his bank for a loan， 他就去 approach 当接近，他就去前往他的银行去申请一个贷款。However， 然而呢 he was less helpful than he had hoped. 他们呢 less helpful 就是他们没有那么想要帮他超过他就是他原来所期望的，银行并不想帮他。They were reluctant 就是抗拒就是犹豫抗拒 to offer him a loan 就能够提供他一个贷款 because he had no property or equipment。因为他没有任何的产业，或是他没有任何的这个器材设备 ，which he could use to secure it。那么就是他可以用来担保这个东西就是我们讲担保品。Eventually, he put together a detailed business plan。最终呢，他就做了一个整个事业的计划书详细的detail。With the help of the friend， 还有一个朋友的帮忙之下。And persuade the bank to let him 5,000 pound， 就是说服了这个银行借给他了5000块英镑。下一段 Purchasing the equipment to set up was a further difficulty. He had originally intended to buy second-hand equipment, but he had difficulty finding anything suitable. It was also more expensive than he had thought. The bank refused him a further loan, so in the end, he found a local firm who were willing to let him buy equipment on hire purchase. Looking back, he feels that this was a better solution as the equipment was new and was less likely to break down. 好，这第三段他说 ，purchasing the equipment to set up 去购买这个设备呢，来就是安装 was a further difficulty 是一个更困难的事情。He had originally intended to buy the second-hand equipment. 他呢起初呢，他 intended to 就是他企图想要买这个二手的 equipment second-hand。But he had difficulty finding anything. 但他有麻烦difficulty 的后面 had trouble， 后面有 V-I-N-G difficulty finding 找寻到任何事情 suitable 就是合适的，他有找不到的意思那么 it was also more expensive than he had thought， 而且比他想象的要贵得多The bank refused him a further loan， 就是银行呢拒绝他已经借过的钱后再来一个贷款。So in the end， 就是到了最后了，结果 he found a local firm， 他找到一个当地的一个公司 who were willing to let him buy equipment on hire purchase 那么他们愿意呢，就是让他能够买这个设备呢，是在等于说是有点雇用这个购买hire purchase 这比较难让人家懂。Looking back， 那回头想一想呢 ，he feels that this was a better solution。他感觉呢，这个是呢比较好的这个答案。As the equipment was new， 就是这个等于说它的设备是新的 ，and was less likely to break down， 而且不太会坏掉，而不是买那个二手的那它的 equipment on hire purchase 就是等于说一边买，甚至他们可以就是意思说可以再买回去这种 program。好，第四段。Despite the initial problem, Anwar's restaurant was a success, and 3 years later, it had a turnover that was almost double the original estimate. Anwar wanted to expand. Most of his customers were shoppers who wanted a lunchtime snack, but he had seen a property that was ideally situated to capture the trade of workers leaving the office in the evening. The bank was much more willing to listen to Anwar's proposal now that he could show the impressive figures from his first venture, and he was able to use the lease on his current restaurant as a security. The new restaurant opened in 2011 and is already doing well. 好，这第四段他怎么说 ？Despite the initial problem， 就是不去顾这个起始的这个问题。Anwar Restaurant was a success， 他的餐厅是一个很大的成功。And 3 years later， 他3年后呢 ，it had a turnover 就是转换的机会了。That was almost double the original estimated， 他已经就是double 了他原来起初的估计，也就是等于回本了。Anwar wanted to expand， 他就想要扩充 expand。Most of his customers， 他大部分的客户呢 were shoppers， 都是购物者。Who wanted a lunchtime snack？ 他们想要吃一些就是点心类啦，在这个中饭的时候。But he had seen a property， 他也同时看到了一块地，一块产业that was ideally situated to capture the trade， 那就理想的situated 就是这个状况呢，它可以捕捉到这个交易 of the worker leaving the office in the evening， 就是找到这些工作的人，他们晚上要离开办公室的、离开工作的时候，他们还会来买东西。The bank was much more willing to listen to Anwar's proposal. 这个银行呢是非常想知道、听听这个 Anwar 的他的计划。Now that he could show the impressive figures from his first venture， 现在呢他就可以就是看到一个 impressive figure， 就是很令人惊讶的一个 figure， 就是数字，就是银行借给他的款项。From his first venture 就是冒险，从他第一次的冒险 ，and he was able to use the lease of， 他可以用这个使用他的租赁 on his current restaurant as a security， 就是用他现有的这个，他是等于要经营第二个餐厅，他现有的餐厅呢取得什么担保 security 就是当担保。The new restaurant opened in 2011。这新餐厅呢，在2011年已经开幕了 ，and it is already doing well， 而且做得还不错。那这就是这样子一篇文章，我们把它讲述一下。